Well, we're still just about a few hours away from 2023, the new year. Janusz here in London, but Happy New Year to Arsenal fans. A massive win over Brighton. We're now 7 points clear at the top of the table, especially after City dropped points earlier on today. Life is good as an Arsenal fan, isn't it? And we know that Brighton and the Amex is nowhere easy to go down in the South Coast, but the Gunners, once again, through Bukayo Saka, getting such a fast goal. And it was pretty much them.
Yes, it was. I mean, massive incentive for them, that's for sure, given the fact that City and Newcastle have dropped points. Obviously, the early goal and the right players scoring goals as well, right? It's not just Bukayo Saka, but Odegaard scoring, and Nketiah and Gabriel Martinelli. I mean, just the key players. And the key players, we have to continue to talk about them, don't we? Because I look at Arsenal, and they are a team on a mission, hungry for success. That's all you have to say, right? And I think we've established the fact that they are title contenders. But I just wonder if we should quietly talk about title favorites. I don't want to say it out loud, truly, really, just yet, because we're not halfway through the season. We know that Arsenal haven't faced Manchester City, and we know that Manchester City eventually is going to go on a run. But we continue to say that. We continue to look for Arsenal's downfall. And it doesn't happen, Alexis, right? Even when Gabriel Jesus has been injured, we said, well, what's going to happen if Gabriel Jesus is not there? Because he's
Yep.
more than just goals, isn't he? I mean, a bit of a glue, and I think his work ethic without the ball is so much. But, I mean, they are a team of young elite players.
They definitely are. Like we were saying, looking at the goal scores, I mean, 6 goals overall scored today. Could have been 7, but Brighton had a goal disallowed. We'll get to that in a bit. But you mentioned all of the bright young talent. What impressed you the most about Arsenal's win today? Because we keep, unfortunately, somehow, we still keep expecting them to slip up at some point. They haven't so far. They're looking like a complete team now.
Yeah, well, what impresses me is the identity. I mean, you can clearly see what they do. They can possess. They can hit you on the break. We've seen the goals. I mean, just about everyone that you want to pick was very, very impressive. I'm trying to think. Was it the third one when in the part they found Martinelli, and I suppose Robert Sanchez could have done better, but Nketiah puts it away. That whole build-up from the back, it was very, very fluid. And that's just it, because we look at those guys as young, but I look at, when I say elite, Martinelli and Saka, two players that are capable of just about everything, right? I mean, they're quick, they're fast, they're capable of taking players one on one. They can score, they can assist. Martin Odegaard is finally on the right team. I mean, is there anything that this player can't do, right? Just the little things, the audacious passes that we saw today. I don't know if you remember one that Martinelli almost scored, was saved. It was just absolutely outstanding. Young players that aren't afraid to play, they aren't afraid to try things that you normally don't do at that level when you play against such great teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, and etc. So, and what about Thomas Partey in terms of protecting that first goal when he stripped? Was it Tariq Lamptey, I think, of the ball? I mean, he doesn't know. Not only does he protect, but as I've just mentioned, now dictates the proceedings and passing out of the midfield. So look, it was a great game. It was entertaining. Brighton were very, very good. Let's not forget today without Moses Caicedo and Alexis McAllister. I mean, that's a big miss, big chunk of quality taken out of that midfield, right? Where you have Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard. So it's not easy, but they created enough and looked good in the process. Would they win 3 out of 4 before this one? So I loved the game. I was entertained. Inches away from being 3-4. At the time, and 6-7 minutes left in the game. So I suppose there's something to pick at for Mikel Arteta, because defensively there were some issues.
Well, you mentioned a player there in Thomas Partey. Just wanted to touch a bit more on him because you speak about the glue. We mentioned Gabriel Jesus. We speak about the young talent on Arsenal as well, who have been firing, the ones scoring the goals. But Thomas Partey, surely he's become one of Arsenal's most important players now, especially after the performance today too.
Yeah, I don't want to call him Papa Smurf, but it feels like he is. Papa with him and Granit Xhaka. Yeah, I think we remember him in La Liga, don't we? In Atletico Madrid, and I think that's what Arsenal saw in him. The problem was that almost from the get go, if I remember correctly, he was injured. He just couldn't find the rhythm, and we were waiting for that quality in terms of consistent basis. And he's doing that now. He's
Mhm.
relatively healthy, right, over the course of the season, and things are coming together for Arsenal. It just, the momentum can be overlooked because, as I said, they're hungry for winning. And the most important thing is, I think that this season they figure, they know that they're good, and you
Yeah.
don't come up on it, right? Coaches tell you that you may be in training and you look at Martinelli can do everything, the young kid, and Saka can do everything, but sometimes it has to be confirmed where by results, and that's what happens. And then it dawns on you, and you say, "Wow, we can do this," and that's exactly the spot that Arsenal find themselves in at the moment.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.